and welcome to another episode of the Drop-In CEO podcast. I'm Deb Coviello, and I am, as always, sincerely grateful that you have joined us for another episode. If you are a returning listener, I sincerely thank you for your loyalty, and for those who have come for the first time, I do hope you find value in these episodes. Week after week, I share my insights with you to help you navigate your career challenges with confidence. And we are coming into the close of this year. December is a time of closure where you take stock in what you've accomplished this year. The year-end review for some of you is simply a data point for someone else to say if you have accomplished the objectives or not. However, I like to say that it does not define you, and if you are good or bad. You are in control of your destiny, and the year-end review is simply information for which you have choices to continue in what you are doing or take inventory of your capability and passion. And a key point here, you decide what 2024 is going to be for you. Now, I know I should not be putting times of year or dates in here because these episodes are timeless. But the point being is we are at a year end, and it is time for you to take inventory of what you've done, not only by the input of the year-end review that you might receive, but also take inventory based on what you feel have been your major accomplishments. Now, coming back to a little bit, again, if you've just joined us, I have been creating a year of tips and tricks for all those people from the beginning of the year to the end of the year on how to take control of your career and all the things that I would say that would potentially set you up for success. But what I want to do is essentially, I've tried to give you the essential skills that you need because I can't necessarily help you with the technical skills. But what I find so often is that we move up in our career or the environment changes or we get a new boss and we find there are gaps in those essential skills that we may have to be successful. So what I would like to say is all of these tips that I've been giving you is really to help anybody out there who is stuck so that you can then be seen, heard, and respected and get a seat at the table. And while I do qualify this often as the C-suite, it doesn't have to be. Some of you say that you don't aspire to that, and that's your decision, and that's perfectly fine. But what is clear to all who I've spoken to is that you want to do purposeful work with an impact and have joy at work and at home. You are why I am here today, whether you are in the C-suite or aspiring. I'm here to help you struggle less and spend more time doing the things you love to do for yourself, for your friends, family, or community. Again, that really is why I am here. That is the Drop-In CEO brand. Now, I will take it to myself a little bit because I always think it's helpful if I share a few of my personal stories with you as you take this time to reflect a little bit about your accomplishments. And so with ending this year, I would say I came off with a strong performance review. I have had 3 drop-in CEO clients, 3 coaching clients. I've continued with the podcast, launched a video strategy. So catch me on YouTube. These videos are getting there as well for your consumption. And I also had the Drop-In Collective, which was a once-a-month forum for which leaders could come and talk about the challenges they have and potentially get unstuck in 50 minutes or less. And it was wonderful, but we took a pause on that, and I actually got a few speaking gigs for which all of this together, I've potentially replaced my corporate salary. It's a major milestone for me. But overall, onto those specific accomplishments, I would rate myself as target, and I'm happy with that. But those individual things that I have just shared with you don't necessarily define who I am. What has been defining me is the amount of joy that I'm starting to feel in my life. I've made choices to stop doing certain things, such as my curling club, being the secretary, or being the president of a major organization, which I sincerely really appreciate. And I've also delayed the start of writing my book. And some people might feel that these are failures because I delayed these activities or I deleted them. But honestly, I would call those wins. I had the courage to and leadership to walk away from those things and delay them so that they wouldn't cause me much stress, so that in the end I have the energy to do those things that are needle movers and potentially support you. And so I know I've shared a lot about myself, but let me turn back to you as the listener. You, as the CEO of your domain, I just want to qualify it's a mindset. You may not necessarily be a CEO. That's not what the Drop In CEO brand is about. It is about serving those leaders, but also for those of you who find a greater purpose in the work that you do and you want to do impactful and inspiring work. Whether you are president or a founder of a company or even the CEO of a department, now is the time to take inventory of your accomplishments and decide what you are going to do next. Again, there's a lot of reflection in this episode. Catch the next couple. We'll be reflecting a lot about this year because this is the contemplative time for which you need to evaluate and make those key decisions about going into the new year. And to my CEO friends, I ask, what type of year was this for you? Did you survive another year of burnout or only meeting target? Did you have crisis after crisis? And applaud you and the team for the hours of hard work and sacrifice. Or you're at a point of stable operations but need to do something different to grow, expand, or be sustainable. Do you have the right people on your team, or do you need someone external, like myself, who can extend your leadership capacity and capability so you don't burn out in the next year? I'm speaking to you now because in 2024, I want to be a dedicated partner for you and potentially provide solutions to real issues. And I will be doing a lot of those stories in 2024. So stay tuned to hear how I have helped business leaders. And maybe one of those stories does resonate with you, and potentially I could be of support to you. And so I'm going to flip a little bit now also to my leaders. My leaders, you're many of you. You are CEOs, presidents, founders, department heads, technical leaders. I have spoken to so many of you and so grateful you all had the courage to reach out to me. I am turning to you because you may still feel stuck and you may not have a support system. And so I want to remind you that this year's solos that I have been recording in all of 2023, so you may want to go back to January of 2023 and listen to my solo episodes that have aired on Fridays. These are dedicated to you to help you with the essential skills to navigate your challenges, and hopefully there's enough information there to do it yourself. And to those who said it was helpful, I am so grateful. For those of you who are still stuck, please know I am still here for you. So I would say to you right now, follow me in 2024 as I speak to the leaders who are in C-suite positions or the CEOs who have adopted that mindset, behaviors, and practices to further elevate their leadership. I am going to be providing information, case studies of my experiences. And like I said, they may resonate with you, and maybe we can have a conversation on how I can partner with you. So a little bit of work that you should do, go back and listen to the 2023 solo podcast. But just know if you don't have time for that, I will also be distilling all of those episodes in 2024 and lessons earned into a single resource. My book to be released in 2024 is Secrets of the C-Suite. So you have an invaluable resource as you move to higher and higher impact. Take it with you or share it with someone. So stay tuned to hear more information in 2024. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this work, even if I've delayed it a little bit, because I know in my heart it can help so many of you out there. So I'm going to catch my breath a leader. You know, I'm a Jersey girl. I do speak fast, but and by the way, you could slow this podcast down to really absorb all of the insights that I've shared with you, or catch it on my YouTube channel, Drop In CEO. You can find these here if you want to listen or view these episodes again. But I do want to share with you some parting thoughts as we start to bring this to a close, and I leave you with a few questions to ponder. As you reflect on 2023, did you survive or thrive? Do you feel fulfilled or fell short of job satisfaction? And do you want to thrive in 2024? And do you need a support system? I'm that support system if you know me and you trust me to help you through 2024, and potentially we grow together, because I will tell you anytime and every time I engage with one of you out there, whether it's coaching, it's speaking, facilitating a webinar, master of ceremonies, or dropping into your business, I just know that I grow immensely from the time that I get to know you, your team, and learn as we go. So with that, you know how I always end these episodes. Tag you You are it. Listen to this episode again. Listen to some of the things. Reflect on how your 2023 was and what do you want 2024 to be. I'm hoping that some of these thoughts I've shared with you can help propel you into a plan of what you want to do moving forward. But just know I am here for you. You can reach out to me on my website, dropinceo.com. Go to my contact page and schedule a complimentary 30-minute session, or reach out to me on LinkedIn, Deborah A. Coviello, or the Drop-In CEO. You can pretty much find me there and direct message me. I would love to get to know you, and perhaps 30 minutes of conversation will be all that you need to get unstuck or help you move on to a successful 2024. And the last ask that I have of you is, don't keep this resource to yourself. If you've enjoyed my voice, if you have enjoyed the insights, share this episode with somebody who you think might value these insights and learn from me. Because again, if I can share my thoughts, my experience with you so you don't have to struggle, high five, we both win. So with that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you again for dropping in on the Drop-In CEO podcast. And until we connect, and I do hope we connect sometime, I want to wish you well and much success.